Welcome to Tactical Talk. This is Zain. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic from Pakistan's perspective. Today the topic of our program is on the balance of air power in South Asia with Air Marshal Masood Akhtar, who is an intellectual educationist and also a senior analyst. Welcome to our show, Air Marshal Masood Akhtar. This is Zain Khan. It's a pleasure to have you on Tactical Talk.
Thank you.
Let's get to the first question. A few months ago, a deal on F-16 jets was sabotaged by the U.S. Congress Foreign Relations Committee due to political reasons and also pressure from Indian lobbyists. Given the shaky history of U.S.-Pakistan relations currently, shouldn't Pakistan have avoided such a deal?
Not at all, not at all. I think Block 52 is a very good aeroplane, and anything 6 to 8 aircraft that were supposed to come and join our fleet would have added some bit of punch to the Pakistan Air Force. It would have become ever more deterrent in terms of capability for the adversaries. Having said that, actually the Americans were looking at this purely through a prism of number one Afghanistan and number two India, Haqqani, and of course they were saying that we are allegedly committing some or having or helping some terrorist act to be committed. And I think Americans also realized, they of course took away the 6 to 8 F-16s, but they also realized that without Pakistan winning this war, nobody's going to win this war. So our decision was right, that we should have added more punch to our capability, both offensive and defensive and deterrent capability. But the Americans were looking at it through a totally different ball game, and they realized that they cannot go all hog the way Indians want and the way Afghans want and the way themselves, that is the Pentagon and the Foreign Office wants. That Pakistan is a useful ally, it needs to have capability, and of course we have now demonstrated that we have no aggressive designs against anyone. So 6 to 8 F-16s, Block 52 would have done good to us, but we are quite all right. We have an Air Force around 350 medium tech, high tech aircraft. We have some fourth generation aeroplanes also, the Block 52, the JF-17, the Block 15s. We have Mirages, we have F-7s, we have PGs. So around 19-20 squadrons we have done well for ourselves, but these 6 to 8 would have done good to us.
Air Marshal Masood Akhtar, F-16 jets are gradually becoming outdated, and the PAF is focusing on inducting JF-17 jets that are being upgraded as well in the near future. However, are there any chances to induct the Russian Sukhoi 35 jets that are considered top-notch and suitable for our needs?
Good question. In fact, the F-16 is not getting outdated. Block 52 is right now better than almost any aircraft that your adversary has on its inventory, be it the Sukhoi 30, be it the Mirage 2000. It's almost as good as the Sukhoi 30 and the Mirage 2000. The Sukhoi 30 may have a little more loiter time, etc. But this aircraft has given us an edge. It has given us the BVR capability, and a BVR which is one of the best compared with the adder on the with the Sukhoi 30, and of course the Mika with the Mirage 2000, which is likely to come. Rafale is going to add a punch. So the fact that Indians have gone into the American camp in terms of a strategic relationship, the Russians have warmed up to us. So I guess I also read it in the papers that Sukhoi 35 is something that is being talked about, and the Russians are open to negotiating this. Sukhoi 35, by the way, it is a slightly larger aeroplane in terms of wingspan compared with the Sukhoi 30, but it flies faster, it flies higher, it has got greater endurance, it has got greater punch, it has got a better radar. And so it is good in all terms of capabilities. But Sukhoi 35 is not the only thing that we are looking at. Probably we are also looking at the J-20, which is a stealth by any means, and we are looking at all those options. So Sukhoi 35 would add good capability that we are looking for in days to come. And obviously we have to retire our Mirages, we have to retire we have to see off the PGs and the F7s. These are the aircraft that are the mainstay at the lower end of our training and capability. So Sukhoi 35 would be a good thing, and the Russians are open to considering selling it to us. I guess there are some talks that have gone on, and it's not a bad idea, but saying that F-16 is outdated, no. Block 15 that we have around 60, 70 F-16s now, and Block 15 that we had to start with, of course, is a lower quality aircraft, but some of them are also being upgraded to almost the Block 52 status through the Turks. So with F-16, Sukhoi 35, the JF-17 Block 2, AISA, which is the phased array radar, I think we will have a good capability.
Air Marshal Masood Akhtar, in current geopolitical dynamics, the regional arms industry is growing rapidly, with Indian defense contractors vying for the production of locally assembled F-16s and other military products. What impact, if any, would it have on the balance of power in South Asia? And are there any measures being taken to contain this?
Official version, I do not know because I'm not privy. But the balance of power has been going up and down, left and right, in terms of quantity and quality for both air forces. In quantity, they have always been better than us. They've been looking at something like 55 squadrons. But very recently, I saw an air marshal, retired 3-star, who had a lot of woes, and he said that the Air Force, instead of 55 right now, is somewhere down to 34 squadrons. We are 19 squadrons or 20 squadrons. And the serviceability, reliability has come down to almost 55-60%. Ours, alhamdulillah, is almost 85, 90 plus percent on most of the weapon systems. So our chiefs of air staff up the line have done well in terms of both quality and quantity. So the balance of power has, with the F-16 or the Rafales that are coming in, or the PAK-50 that Indians have invested in with the Russians, will add capability on their side. But we are not silent. People are, the Chief of Air Staff, the present helmsman of the Air Force, Air Chief Marshal Zain, is, the little that I know, is fully cognizant of this. So we are upgrading our JF-17s. Block 2 are going to have a big punch. Block 3 is going to have a phased array radar. We've got the SD-10 BVR. We've got the A to C missiles on the F-16 Block 52. We may not have a phased array radar, but we've got the BVR. We've got we have an array of weapon system that can come. And the fact that Pakistan Air Force was exercised in the wake of the so-called surgical strikes which the Indians said they had launched, we showed our capability, and the Indian response was swift. They know that they have limits to exercising this balance of power, which occasionally, if not most of the time, will definitely go in their favor. And the reason, Pakistan Air Force, both in quantity and quality, all the time measures are being taken to match. We are looking at the J-20 probably. We are looking at upgrading our JF-17 with the best of weapon systems, and obviously upgrading all the F-16s. So by the time Mirages and PGs and F-7s retire, we would have had enough. For example, we have the capability to produce almost 16 plus minus JF-17s per year. No Air Force is doing this. In fact, the LCA that the Indian Air Force has been working on, they started this 15-20 years before us, and it has not yet reached truly the squadron's operational capability. So pretty much a lot is being done. Rafale will add to their capability. The PAK-50 will add to their capability. In case the F-16s are assembled, they will add to their capability. but it is going to be done through HAL, which is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. It has not had a very enviable history with the working with the Indian Air Force. Like they're not confident of inducting the light combat aircraft even today. So although the balance of power will tend to go there, but adequate, if not enough, measures are at hand and available to the Pakistan Air Force to keep the balance of power somewhere in a deterrent, effective deterrent posture with, let's say, 19-20 squadrons, medium tech and high tech, fourth generation, and let's say third, 3.5 generation, and four and a half generation aircraft. We are good. We don't have a problem.
Let's get to the last question. Pakistan Air Force's air superiority is well known in history and is considered one of the best in the world. What advice would you give to the members of the young generation that wish to serve in the Pakistan Air Force?
You know, Kemal Ataturk, the great Turkish leader, in Turkish he said, "İstikbal göklerdedir." The future is in the skies. And I've flown for over 33 years in the Pakistan Air Force, flew fighters, flew all kinds of aeroplanes. Nowhere in Pakistan or in any country you get to do a job where you romance with the skies, with the clouds, you go and fly in the white blue yonder, get paid for it, serve the nation, live the legacy of people like Alams and Rafiqis who shot 5 aircraft, and Rafiqi who chose not to give up his number 2 during 1965 war. An air force that has helped defeat an insurgency. No other air force has done this. And it is constantly going up and up, both in quantity and quality that we can afford. But in terms of training, what I can assure you, this exercise high mark that happened, the quality has really gone up. We have gone into complex exercises, little that I know of, that we were not doing, let's say, 10 years back, with the weapon system that are some of the best. So for the youth who wish to have an adventurous life, Pakistan Air Force is the way forward. For the young who wish to serve the nation, what better to serve in an air force, in an air arm that has helped defeat an insurgency? What better way to live the legacy of greats like Rafiqis and Alams, and to have a career which is full of adventure, full of fun, full of opportunities to do well, and then obviously get paid for it. So for the youth, there can be no better service where you need the inner calling. Whoever has got the passion, the commitment for the nation, and the inner calling to have a career that can do good to him, to her, to their families, to the nation, this is it. Pakistan Air Force, no better way of life.
Thank you so much, Air Marshal Masood Akhtar, for being on Tactical Talk. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
This was Air Marshal Masood Akhtar. We were discussing the balance of air power within South Asia. Until the next episode of Tactical Talk, this is Zain. Take care and goodbye.